So I'm on the subway, and I'm standing there. I wasn't holding anything, I just like to stand like this. I'm standing there. I walk around the city like this. Hi. So I'm standing there, and from behind me over here, I hear this. I hear, and I was like, ooh, okay. This is a crazy person. I mean, it's not a big surprise in New York. Then I heard it again. I was like, all right, I want to see the crazy person. Just want to take a look. So I look over, and it's not what I expected. It wasn't a big homeless guy with 2 sets of headphones that don't work or anything like that. It was a young woman. She looked like she was about 21. She's standing there. She's very kind of nice, properly dressed. She was very, like, Michigan-y or something. Very suburban-y, Michigan-y kind of thing. And she's standing there with a ponytail. And then all of a sudden she starts going like this. She goes, la 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 la. La 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 la. And I realized, oh, she's like a student, like a singing music student. And she's doing her vocal exercises on the subway. You know what? It wasn't charming or nice. It was arrogant and rude. Because she just had this look like, I'm so cool because I'm studying music in New York City. And I just do my thing right on the subway every day. La 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 la, everybody. La 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 la, tired nurse who just did a 14-hour shift. We live in an interesting time. Moral confidence. The kind of confidence I have is very specific. It's that I know how to make jokes about terrible things. I know how to do that, and I know how to do that. So that's my core competency. And there's certain people that think there are things that you shouldn't make jokes about, like Auschwitz. You shouldn't make jokes about Auschwitz, some people think, because it was terrible. Many people died. Their children were killed in Auschwitz. Children that could have grown up and moved to Brooklyn and hated black people, and they didn't get to do that. Exactly. It's terrible. It's terrible. So some people think you shouldn't joke about Auschwitz. I have a friend, a comedian from England, who made a joke about Auschwitz last year. He got in a lot of trouble. It was a big deal. It was in the newspapers. He lost jobs. And at one point, Auschwitz tweeted about it. It said Auschwitz with a blue check. So it was like, oh, cool, it's really them, you know? And they tweeted like, that's not funny. And I don't know. I mean, who's running the social accounts? Why is the death camp tweeting? Who is it? I got a summer job at Auschwitz. I run the Twitter. Because people have different reactions to terrible things, you know? Some people think comedy helps. I don't think it helps. It doesn't help. It's like, I remember one time, there was people, you remember during the Iraq War, I don't remember which one, but it was one of the Iraq Wars. And somebody was organizing through the USO some comedians to go to Walter Reed Medical Center and visit wounded soldiers in their hospital rooms, which is a terrible, it sounds nice, but it's a terrible idea. They don't need a comedian like, hey, where you from? Fuck you. You know, it's not helpful. And I wasn't even anybody. I wasn't famous, but I did. I was like, I'm volunteering. I fucking hate that me so much, you know? But I did it. And I remember we're at the hospital. It's a very serious place. It's an army hospital. And the army doctor is giving us a briefing about the soldier that I'm about to go in and see. He says, this kid's name is Travis. He's from Iowa. He's 20. He was in Baghdad on patrol and somebody threw an IUD. And I mean IED, sorry. It wasn't an IUD. It's not an effective weapon, really. No.
It's funnier than the actual joke, unfortunately. But I'll go on. It was an IUD. IED. Fuck. It's an improvised exploding device. You know, it's like a bag of ammonia with Canadian pennies in it, and they strap it to a Nokia flip phone, and you know, that's what happened at Travis. So the doctor says he's been in surgery for 20 hours. He's about to come out of it. You're the first face he's going to see. So can we get his mom to open for me, maybe? This is a bad idea. So I asked the doctor, I said, hey, what do I fucking say to this kid? He says, here's what you don't say. He said, don't say, how you doing? And they tell you that. If you visit a trauma patient, don't say, how you doing? It's stupid. So, okay, I go in there. Travis is laying there. I'm like over his bed. It's obscene. I can't say, how you doing? So I said the only worst thing. I said, what are you going to do now? Anyway, that's what happened with Travis. But, you know, people's reaction to terrible things is different depending on, like, some people, you know, try to, like, I saw a store, and on the door it said, no hate allowed in here.
Kids, and I want to, you know, pass on a better, but sometimes it's not clear what the right thing is to do. Like one time I threw a candy wrapper on the street, and I didn't do it like, yeah. I just, yeah, take that shit straight. I did it because I was, you know, like shaking. I wanted the candy. Anyway, I was with a friend who said to me, you just littered on the street. Don't you care about the environment? And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? This isn't the environment. This is New York City. This is not the environment. This is where people live. New York City is not the environment. New York City is a giant piece of litter. It's like the giantest, next to Mexico City, the shittiest piece of litter in the world. Just a pussy, runny, smoking, stinking piece of litter. So if you have a piece of litter, what are you supposed to do with it? You should throw it on the pile of litter. Because if you don't, if you put it in a receptacle, then it gets collected, and it gets taken to a dump and a landfill, and then or it goes on a boat, and it goes out and gets dumped in the ocean, and some dolphin wears it as a hat on its face. For 10 years, this hat that never dissolves on its face. Oh. Jesus. I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shitty. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians, and they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident, and we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here, they're like, hi, and we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right? No, it's not, it's totally other place. You're not Indians? No. Ah, you're Indians. You're Indians for hundreds of years after.
We ruined everything here. This was the great, it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, "Ooh, that looks yummy." And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that.
I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs.
But that's, I mean, that's always going on. What are you gonna, you can't, yes, you can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, just a little, that's just perfect. Like, why wouldn't, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, yeah, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever, they just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, "What the fuck did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you shit all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over, did you fucking spill this? What is that?"
It's oil, it's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill.
Well, why did you take it out of the fucking ground?
Because I wanted to go faster.
I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the fuck do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit.
Well, because jobs.
What is a job? Explain to me, what's a fucking job?
You work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out.
What do you do that for?
For money.
What do you need money for?
Food.
Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it up, make some bread. What are you doing?
Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it, and like I like when it has like bacon on it and
I watched somebody do that the other day after a meal. They went, "Oh, it was just mwah, mwah." And I started wondering, what does that mean? What does that signify? Mwah. I think what it means is that you ate something so delicious that you then kissed somebody on the asshole and their asshole exploded. That's some good eating. That's a nice sauce. Is that good? Yeah, let me show you. Shit! Let me have some of that. That just destroyed my anus.
And he could do it again. So, yeah, didn't really happen. All right. No. Anyway. You gotta teach your kids, and it's tricky, you know? Like some people say you should tell your kids not to curse, but I can't do that because this is what I do for a living, is cursing. But I didn't want my kids to be unpopular, so I used to say to them, listen, there's no bad words. There's no bad words. All words are okay, but there's some words that certain people get upset when you use them. So if we're gonna use those words, look at the person first and try to guess if they're that kind of person. It's tricky teaching your kids right from wrong because people disagree about right and wrong in such big numbers. Like millions of people think that abortion is wrong, and millions of people think that abortion is great. So that's confusing. Personally, I don't think, here's what I think. I think you should get an abortion, right or wrong. Right or wrong, you should get one. You should get as many abortions as you can. I think you should try to get a lot of abortions. But here's why, because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the nurses and the doctors and the dumpster guy, everybody gets a job. They need to work. How's he gonna feed his kids if you don't kill your kids? That's what I'm saying. We're all in it together. Abortion is a big topic right now, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade, we all know what this was. Roe versus Wade, it was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion, and Wade was the baby, I guess, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I never found out who Wade was. I'm just guessing that's the baby. But anyway, now we need to make laws in place of that. Every state has to make their own law about abortion, and they need to listen to the people. And I think the American people, on average, want the same thing. Most Americans want the same thing. They want abortion to be available, but just keep it down a little bit. Yeah, go ahead, but don't be like, woo-hoo! Like, take it easy on that. Take it easy on that, that's all. So we need a law that kind of gives you that. Here's what I think the law should be. You can get an abortion any place, anytime, but you have to eat it. I think because that'll make you hesitate a little. Fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. I'm just trying to come up with something that makes everybody happy. It's a tricky subject. Some people have very extreme opinions about it. Some people think that condoms are murder. Some people think contraception is murder. If you put a condom on, you stop the sperm from getting to the egg. You killed and murdered a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer, which... Let me tell you, there's a lot of murdering bitches walking around out there.
I really do. I used to love New York, but I hate it now. I'd rather be in Auschwitz than New York City. Honestly, I would. I mean Auschwitz now. I mean today Auschwitz, not back when it was open. I mean now. It's nice now. There's a gift shop. People go there on purpose. They buy tickets. I think that's weird. That people buy tickets to Auschwitz. That's weird. If you could have told those people back then, people are going to buy tickets to come here. Yeah, wrap your head around that. Jew. That's, all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, never again, I promise. That's what we say about the Holocaust, never again. Because they killed 6 million Jews. If they only killed like 10,000, would it be like, okay, 2 more times? And then taper off, because it's a little much. I'll tell you, I went to Auschwitz. This is a true story. I actually did go to Auschwitz because I was doing shows in Poland. Because I had to go to Poland to do shows. So I was in Krakow. I was in Krakow, so I went to the camp. And I went there because of a very personal reason, because I had family there. I had a lot of family there. 44 members of my family were in Auschwitz during World War II. I mean, they were guards. They worked there. But no. They were Jews and they died. It's okay. Don't be offended. It's true. We lost the whole family there. Everybody, because we were Hungarian Jews. My grandfather, on my father's side, he's the only one who made it. The rest of them, all 44 of them, went to Auschwitz, which I think they really regretted. But that's That's what happened because the Hungarians sent all their Jews to. They weren't even occupied Hungary. They're just like, yeah, take our Jews. And they sent my whole family there, and they all died in Auschwitz, except for him. My grandfather's the only one who made it because he got the fuck out of there before it started. In the late 20s, he fucking smelled that shit, and he got the fuck out. And he went to Mexico. He migrated to Mexico. And we found his immigration card. My uncle and I did the family history, and we found it. It says nationality, Hungarian, and it says religion, Catholic. And there's a picture of him like... like, fuck it. They don't know what a Jew looks like in Mexico. That's where I'm going. And that's why I'm alive, because he made that choice. It's also why I'm not Jewish. He was like, Jew schmoo, we're not fucking Jewish. Somos católicas. That was my abuelito. Became a fucking Mexican fast. That's what happened. That's how he made it. He's a fascinating guy, my grandfather. His name was Geza. That was his name. And he had a brother named Geza. It's weird, but I looked it up, and here's what happened. His parents had a baby, and they named it Geza, and it died. The baby died. So they had another one, and they just said, fuck it, Geza, let's just do it again. Because that's what it was like. The babies died. It was no big deal back then. It was just like, yeah, that was a shitty baby. Let's do another one. Why'd your baby die? Because it sucked. Why does any baby die? At least we found out quick. Fuck it, this one's good. That's what it was like forever until recently. The human race was all the good babies, and the shitty ones, that's just the way it worked. It's not like that now. Now we save every baby. The shittier the baby, the bigger the effort. Because we love it. We love saving the shitty babies. There's always a documentary. Look at this baby. He's a fucking mess. Do you see that shit? We're gonna save it. Make it live. And the baby's like, please don't. But we don't like when babies die. We get more upset when a baby dies. Why? Who knows this baby? Did you hear about Jeff? No, he was here for one day. Nobody met him. And then if you die when you're old, nobody gives a shit. They're like, he was here long enough. Fuck him. You ever tell somebody, like, your grandmother died? My grandmother died. They're like, I'm so sorry. How old was she? She was 98. Oh. Why'd you even tell me?
I had to flush my daughter's fish down the toilet. I came home, the fish was dead. She wasn't home from school yet, so I just flushed the fish. And that's a weird moment, too, because fish live in water. So you put it in the toilet, floats to the bottom, like, yeah, he's dead. And then you flush, and it looks like he goes, wait a second! Oh, shit! I was taking a nap! Jesus! You gotta be in constant motion to get any respect in this house. And then my daughter comes home. Why did he die, Dad? Come on, what am I gonna say? Why did he die? Because who gives a shit? That's the reason. That's the actual reason. Is because it didn't matter that he was alive. That's why he's dead. He didn't know his name and he didn't love you back. These are the facts about that fish's life. My daughter likes fish.